Welcome to another episode of Trafficking Insights. This episode is an educational piece of how to protect your children from traffickers and groomers and pedophiles. This is a multiple part series. This is the first part. So I will be recording it in intervals. So maybe not next week will be part two, but it will come up. So I won't be speaking. I have a AI female voice, I believe, that is going to be speaking. And at the end of the video, you can download the whole guide. The link will be in the description. And also you can scan the QR code here and check it out, the Anti-Trafficking Bureau website. Go to education, scroll down, and then you'll see the download to the guidebook that goes more in depth than what the video here says. Okay, so enjoy, thank you, and I'll see you next episode.
Today, we're going to break down something really important, a clear, simple playbook for keeping our kids safe. Look, the goal here isn't to scare anyone. It's to empower you. We're going to build a game plan that you can actually use. Okay, let's get right into it. So here's our roadmap. We're going to walk through 5 key areas. First, we got to understand the threats we're dealing with. Then we'll dive into 3 huge skills to teach your kids: body boundaries, how to spot bad secrets, and staying safe online. And then we'll tie it all together with a simple action plan you can start using tonight. All right, let's start with the hard part. Because just acknowledging that these threats are out there, well, that's the first step to taking your power back. Understanding the why behind these talks is what gives you the confidence to actually have them. So this is the big question, isn't it? And the best way to answer it is to move from a place of fear to a place of knowledge. And you know what that starts with? Clear, simple language. Words that both you and your child can totally understand. So let's break down some of that confusing terminology. Okay, first up, human traffickers. The real genius of this definition is its simplicity. We're not using scary, complicated legal terms. It just boils it down to what a kid can understand. Someone tricking you and making you do something you don't want to do. That's a concept any child can get. Next, the word pedophiles. Now, the power here is in that simple phrase, not okay. See how it puts the child's feelings right at the center of everything? It teaches them that their own feeling of comfort is their guide. It empowers them to know that any touch that feels wrong is wrong. And finally, groomers. Now, this one is so important because it highlights manipulation. Groomers use being extra nice as a tool to gain trust. And that's a huge lesson for kids, that danger doesn't always look mean or scary. Sometimes it looks friendly. Okay, so now that we've defined the threats, let's build our first line of defense. We're shifting gears from just being aware to taking action. And this is all about teaching that foundational idea of body autonomy. This, right here, this is probably the single most powerful sentence you can teach your child. Your body belongs to you. It's so simple, but it's an absolute truth. It establishes ownership. It establishes the right to say no. This is the bedrock of all personal safety. And here's exactly how to put that idea into practice. It's the no, go, tell method. It's a simple 3-step emergency plan that's so easy to remember. First, you say no, loud and strong. Second, you go, you get out of there. And third, you tell a trusted adult. If you practice this, it becomes an automatic reflex. Next up is a skill that's a little more subtle but just as critical: understanding the difference between good secrets and bad secrets. This isn't just about what a secret is, it's about how that secret makes a child feel. It's like a litmus test for trust. So the most important takeaway here is the feeling. Good secrets, like planning a surprise party, they feel fun and happy. But bad secrets, they feel scary or confusing or just heavy. And one of the biggest red flags is when an adult says, "Don't tell your parents." Teach your child that their feelings are their best detector. Okay, now we need to take these same ideas about boundaries and trust and apply them to the digital world. Because let's be honest, that's a whole different playground with its own set of rules. Building a safe online world actually starts in the physical one. These ground rules are so important. Keeping computers and tablets in shared spaces, like the living room, just creates natural oversight. Setting time limits helps reduce their exposure. And those last 2 points, they're totally non-negotiable. We have to hammer home that personal info stays private. Think of this slide as your practical to-do list. It's not enough to just talk about online safety. You gotta actually build the digital fences. For Instagram, you set that account to private. For Facebook, lock it down to friends only. And for games like Roblox, you limit or even turn off the chat with strangers. These are simple clicks that make a world of difference. Here it is, another one of those absolute non-negotiable scripts to teach your child. It's a bright red line. The online world should never, ever cross into the real world with a stranger. If anyone online asks to meet you, say no and come tell me right away. No exceptions, period. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've defined the dangers, and we've learned the 3 core skills. So now let's frame this as your actual go-forward action plan. When you boil it all down, the most important point of this entire guide is this. All the rules and technology are helpful, but your real superpower is open communication. It's about creating a home where your child knows without a doubt they can tell you anything without being afraid they'll get in trouble. That is the ultimate safety net. And that brings us to the end. But this isn't just about learning something. It's about doing something. So I want to leave you with this one question. Don't wait for some perfect time. What is one safety conversation, big or small, that you can start with your child tonight?